Hi, I'm Will Hobbs with the University of Arkansas. Today I'd like to talk to you about the Bachelor of Science in Education in Educational Studies for Mixed Educational Environments offered at the University of Arkansas online. This degree is a 100% online program comprised of 120 credit hours and takes about 4 years to complete. The Mixed Educational Environments concentration focuses on the skills and knowledge needed for careers in educational environments outside the public school classroom. You'll be equipped with the skills needed for a wide range of career roles that focus on supporting, mentoring, and empowering young people across many learning settings in community, nonprofit, and private environments. This concentration is open to students in all states and focuses on foundational knowledge of the field of education, both in theory and in practice. While private and charter classroom teaching in Arkansas does not require a state of Arkansas K-12 teaching license, a bachelor's degree in education field is typically required. If you are interested in pursuing a career in public education after completing the Mixed Educational Environments program, the Arkansas Division of Elementary and Secondary Education can provide you with a list of licensure pathways. You may also pursue a Master of Arts in Teaching that includes initial state licensure from the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville or another institution. There are 2 entry points for this program. If you have fewer than 24 transferable credits, you'll be classified as a transfer freshman. This classification requires a 3.0 high school GPA, a score of at least 20 on the ACT or the Accupacer equivalent, and a 2.5 college GPA on any earned course credit. If you have more than 24 transferable credit hours, you'll be classified as a new transfer. This classification requires a 2.5 college GPA, and the core requirements may vary based on what courses you've already taken. The application deadline for this program is November 1st for the spring semester and July 1st for the fall. One of the best aspects of studying online at the University of Arkansas is that all fully online students pay the in-state tuition rate, no matter where they live. The tuition rate for this program is $269.75 per credit hour, as well as these additional per credit hour fees. Now let's hear from our online recruitment manager, Jeff Brazil, and the program coordinator, Dr. Rhett Hutchins.
Hello, my name is Jeff Brazil from the University of Arkansas. In this chat, you will hear from Dr. Rhett Hutchins, the program coordinator for educational studies. Dr. Hutchins is going to give us great insight into all the aspects of the educational studies for mixed educational environments, bachelor's degree. Dr. Hutchins, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Jeff.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. We're really excited to hear about this program. Just starting out, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey to the University of Arkansas?
Well, my journey to the University of Arkansas goes back to, I guess, my whole time in education. When I look back to it, I think I have never not been in or associated with a school or teaching or education ever since I first stepped into school in pre-kindergarten. Since then, I have never taken a year off. And so education is something I am very passionate about. I did my undergraduate and master's degree in science education and science teaching and biology at Clemson University in South Carolina. I taught in science classes in middle schools and high schools in South Carolina. And then I went on to the University of Georgia to do my doctorate in language and literacy education. And you're probably like, what does that have to do with science teaching? But science content literacy is something that is important to a science educator. And at that point, I became hugely invested in the overall just field of education and wanting to draw in people into educational services.
With this degree program, could you tell those who are interested on what makes this such an important degree program in the field of education?
Well, I think that goes back to the fact that when most people hear the word education, they immediately default to either schools or teaching. Specifically, if somebody says they want to work in education. And that is, oh, well, then you want to be a teacher. Well, while that is the vast majority of the public front-facing jobs in education, that isn't all the jobs in education. There are administrators, there are support specialists in education, there are educational designers, counselors, school nurses, school librarians, and then you have all the things that are outside of the school. You have community-based education and community services in education. You have recreation and sports programs. You have youth development centers. You have informal educators. You have boys and girls clubs that provide educational services. You have churches and ministries that have youth development programs and youth ministries. all those fulfill different roles in education. So education is this really vast interdisciplinary field, and so we need to have degree programs that can prepare students to enter those areas, because if you say, I want to be a higher education administrator, or I want to work on a college campus, well, what do you have to do to get there? And there usually isn't an undergraduate degree for that. And that goes the same thing with counseling education. There's not specific devoted degree programs for that. You want to be a teacher, there's a degree program for that that's very specifically centered on teaching and pedagogy. But if you want to work at a museum, you want to work for boys and girls types clubs, you want to work in community development, there's lots of different routes, but having a very specific plan and a program to meet those is really important.
That is important.
Yeah.
This degree program sounds like a real Swiss Army knife to help everyone get an education degree. Like there's all kinds of avenues that you can go through that. We like to hear, some of our students really love to hear about success stories in the program. Could you talk about some different success stories that was in the educational studies program?
I have a lot of those.
Oh, awesome. Let's hear 'em.
From having students constantly email me their life updates, what they've been doing, students that are still around the Fayetteville area, students that have moved across the country to other places. The easiest success story to point out is when somebody graduates and they immediately get a job in teaching, public or private, doesn't matter. They wanted to be a teacher, but they didn't necessarily know what area or route. We can handle that. I've had students that have moved on, they wanted to be a youth minister or they wanted to go to seminary, but there's no undergraduate degree for that necessarily, but they've decided that they like working with school-age children for maybe spiritual development, or they've decided that they want to work in coaching, but they don't have necessarily the content area degree to be a public school teacher, but they want to volunteer and they want to engage and they want to work in private schools. And so that kind of work comes into us. We have students that have worked in schools as paraprofessionals, or they've worked in schools as support and aid specialists or community members, and then come back and say, well, I want to go farther, I want to do this, but the barrier is I don't have an undergraduate degree. So how do I do that, and what can be done to help me? And so those kind of students work very successful.
Yeah. From those stories, I can tell that you are all in on this program, and to having all these students and those student stories will help other students want to go into this program. Just kind of in closing, Dr. Hutchins, is there anything else that you would like to add in closing about the program?
Well, first off, the program can meet a variety of needs. So if you have interest in the program, feel free to email me or contact me, and I will be happy to provide you with information. Or if you have a specific circumstance that you're like, well, I think I want to do this, but I really don't know how to do this in education, that's where this program comes into play. We have a lot of flexibility in trying to help students reach their goals for their self-education.
Well, Dr. Hutchins, we want to thank you for coming today to talk to us, because we know that this degree can make a significant difference out in the community. So we want to thank you today for your time.
Thank you for having me here.
We know that paying for college is a concern for many prospective students, so we're happy to share that online students can take advantage of several scholarship and financial aid opportunities. Your first and most important step is to complete the free application for federal student aid, also known as the FAFSA, to determine your eligibility. The application is free and is required for federal and state funding, as well as certain scholarship opportunities, including the Pell Grant. The sooner you apply, the more options you'll be able to consider. There are some other scholarship opportunities that you should consider as well, such as the W.E. Manning Memorial Scholarship that is offered exclusively to University of Arkansas online students. If you are an Arkansas resident, you may also be eligible for the Arkansas Academic Challenge Scholarship, as well as the Future Grant. If you have any military service, you can also use your GI Bill for an online degree. And we also encourage you to reach out to your employer to inquire about any tuition reimbursement plans that they may offer. For more information about options to help you pay for college, you can reach out to the Financial Aid Office at finaid.uark.edu. There are several benefits to earning your degree online, with flexibility being one of the key drivers for distance education. University of Arkansas online programs gives you the flexibility to balance family, work, and school responsibilities. When you study online, you don't have to put your life on hold to advance your education. We want you to be able to find your place from any place. Accessibility is also an important factor in higher education. With online learning, you have access to top-tier education programs without the need to relocate. And our staff at the University of Arkansas's global campus are in it for you. We're here to help you get enrolled, stay on track, and navigate life as an online student. The University of Arkansas has a reputation for excellence as one of the nation's top public research institutions. Our online programs have been consistently ranked by U.S. News & World Report among the best online programs in the country. Much of that success is owing to our dedicated faculty members. Many of the professors that you'll engage with online are the same ones that teach on our campus. The University of Arkansas is committed to your success. The Office of Career Connections can help you explore job opportunities and put what you've learned here into practice. Now let's explore how online learning works. During your studies, you'll use a learning management system called Blackboard Learn. This is the system that connects you with classes, your professors, and other students. Think of Blackboard as your virtual classroom and learning space. Here you'll find resources such as your individual classes, assignments, grades, and tools to support you on your educational journey. You'll also have the opportunity to collaborate with your classmates through discussion boards and messages. And there's also dedicated support services for Blackboard to provide you with tips for navigating your classes and resolve any issues that you may encounter. At the University of Arkansas, we want you to feel supported throughout your time studying here. So our staff have worked to provide a variety of resources to ensure your success. Our team of online student liaisons are here to answer any questions you may have and help guide you from application to graduation. We also have coaches who are staff members from our global campus that are dedicated to the success of online students. They serve as both a cheerleader and a personal guide, helping students connect with academic and support services offered by the University of Arkansas. You'll have access to Online Student Union, which is a virtual community specifically for students studying in an online degree programs. This private social network will allow you to connect with fellow online learners, make friends, share experiences, access helpful resources, and build your network. Our online orientation introduces you to the technology, resources, and support services at the University of Arkansas. This is a non-credit course that takes place right before the semester you're admitted to classes. Faculty and staff members will help you to get to know the university, acclimate to the online learning system, and be prepared to start the semester confidently. And one last thing that I always like to highlight is that the University of Arkansas boasts one of the most unique traditions on any campus anywhere, and that's the Senior Walk. This tradition consists of miles of campus sidewalks engraved with the names of our graduates dating back all the way to the first graduating class in 1876. Adding a name takes time and dedication, but the Senior Walk is concrete proof of the university's commitment to our students. If you have any questions or are interested in learning more, feel free to email us at online@uark.edu or visit our website at online.uark.edu.